What's going on, everyone? So there's a lot of talk kind of going around about the upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer Legacy sequel not really being so focused on Ray and Julie. That, it'll be kind of centered around a new cast of characters, and they'll kind of go to Julie or Ray for help. I've seen a lot of people kind of mention it and come up with the idea and stuff, and it's very real, very possibility. Obviously, it's we have no idea, at least at this point, of exactly what direction they're going to go, how they're going to approach it, who's going to be, the Hookman. It very well could be a copycat killer route. And regardless, whether it is Ray and Julie focused or not, it is very possible that they still are kind of one of the main targets, and you have a new cast kind of focus around. Something that I've thrown out several times in various videos was the potential of them potentially having a child, right? I've talked about how, like, are they actually together? Are they not together, right? Do they have kids together, right? Because you got to think they're going to be in their 40s. I mean, even in the real world, Freddie Prinze Jr. is like, what, 48, I think, 49, something like that. And then Jennifer Love Hewitt's like 45. So you're talking about an actor and an actress that are in their 40s. Their characters are probably going to be in their 40s. It would make sense that they might have kids that are, teenagers ready to graduate high school. Maybe the kids are in the same age bracket as them. Definitely want to do a video kind of exploring and diving into like the kid element and the kids maybe being the main target. So definitely look forward to those videos. But going under the impression that, like, okay, they're going to have this potential copycat killer, and they're going to go the route of, like, Julie and Ray are kind of just these legacy characters. They're just kind of, they're Sally Hardesty from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They're, just kind of Nev Campbell in Scream 5, right? Where she just kind of pops in at the end as, Sidney Prescott, right? Like, could it be that they're just kind of more supporting characters? They come in late in the film. You see, the recent Exorcist film, right? That is kind of a trend with these, like, legacy sequels. So I understand why a lot of people are throwing out that it's probably going to go that route, because it's kind of what we've seen. But you've also seen, like, with this upcoming Scream movie, Scream 7, that's supposed to come out, there's a lot of talks about that this is going to be kind of a legacy sequel focused on Sidney and Gail. They're going to be the main focus. They're going to be the main targets. And if this has success, they want to do a trilogy, right? That's the trend in horror, right? First one does well, then you make two more. And that very well could be the case with this upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer, right? They could do something where, these two are main characters alongside another main character or two. Again, maybe it is their kid or kids. You have kind of this family dynamic, this family element, and now they're kind of dealing with the same thing. There is talks about this being, and I've thrown this out too, is that, like, the potential of like a 30th anniversary from the original Hookman attack, or original 4th of July in which they ran him over, right? Again, I'm all for it, but I've seen people throw out the idea of, essentially recreating the original, and then they go and seek Ray and Julie, in the sense of that they hit somebody with their car, they dump the body, they come back to come after them, and then they go to Julie and Ray because they went through the same thing. I don't personally want to see that, right? Like, I don't need a I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, right? Like, just, I'd prefer them tell a different story. I'd prefer just the copycat route. Again, I understand that it's kind of this played out trope, but when you're getting a legacy sequel, there's going to be some elements to it. I also think that this, if you did go that route, you have a chance in the whodunit element that you just never really had with the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. Yes, the original I Know What You Did Last Summer, they tried to do the misdirect. They tried to do the, oh, it's Ray. Oh, no, it's, the guy from The Big Bang Theory. I'm blanking on his name, right? Like, it's these guys, right? Like, and in the end, oh no, it's the guy that they hit. Like, if you watched that movie and you knew, right? Like, it wasn't a mystery. It wasn't like this big shocking twist. It was like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. It was the guy that they hit. No way. I mean, that was the entire premise of the film. It made sense that that's what it would be. And then even part 2, you knew Ben Willis was going to be back. But, they tried to have like the little twist and shock through the son, right? Will Benson, get it? Ben's son, right? Like, so that kind of was like, all right, like you knew it. But even then, if you watched that movie, you knew he was involved. Like, it wasn't a mystery at all. Like, he was too perfect. It was just like, okay, this guy's clearly, there's something more here. There's a motive here, right? And, lo and behold, he became the killer, right? And, you saw like the series and then that third film that like, it's just those two, the series and the third film were just, they were tough. But, like you had like in that third film where it was, the spirit, and it was an urban legend and whatnot, and like, oh, it's all just a story, right? And it's like, no, it really is real. Like, I keep it simple, in my opinion, right? Like, just if you want to go the new group route and you want to have, Julie and Ray kind of be a part of it one way or another, then that's fine. But again, keep it simple, right? Maybe you have somebody that just a copycat, 30th anniversary. They want to, bring back the legend of the Hookman or whatever. Just tell a good, convincing story, right? I don't think you need to I don't want to see them just basically remake the original, just with this time it's a new cat, but Julie and Ray are still in it. So it's not the original. It is a sequel, but you watch the movie and it's like, no, it was a remake. Right? Like, I don't want that. Right? And I'd like to see the Julie and Ray dynamic. Right? Like, I would prefer the family route. I'd prefer that they have kids or something, or that they're targeted because, they were the original targets to the Hookman. Right? Doesn't even have to be something where, like, because probably not going to be Ben Willis or anything like that again. I'd rather them go the route where, like, maybe the motive is direct towards the new group that they introduce, but, like, why is Julie and Ray being attacked too? Well, because, again, it's just they're the original, right? They were the original targets by the Hookman that survived. Just like, in Scream with Sydney. It's like, why would Ghostface want to kill Sydney? It's like, well, because that's like the white whale, right? Like, every Ghostface that's tried has failed, right? Like, she's the boogeyman for Ghostface, right? Like, Julie and Ray are like the boogeyman for the Hookman, right? Like, I'd like to see that element. I'd like to see that dynamic. I think like that would just be a better approach, in my opinion, where it's just a straightforward film. You have this copycat targeting Julie and Ray, targeting a new group. You got this whodunit mystery. Who is it? How are they doing this? Is it one? Is it three? Is it several? Like, is it just one crazy kid that's just running around doing it? Right? Give us, the Julie and Ray story. Right? Are they married? Are they divorced? Like, where are they been? Are they working? Like, what's their job? Like, is Ray still a fisherman? Does he own a fishing company? Are they struggling and just barely getting by? Is he a bit... like, there's so many things that it would be great to see and explore. Like, they always want to, like, go the same route. And it's just like, okay, if you're going to bring the characters that we grew up with and bring them back for a new... then bring them back for a new generation. Right? Bring them in a capacity where you get to tell this new story with them, right? Like, why do they always have to bring the legacy characters back and they're here and it's just like, oh, they're just basically essentially background character. Like, they're just used as draw to get butts in seats rather than, like, again, you can do both. You can have the story be Julie and Ray heavy and involved and still introduce a new character, new cast. And you could even set up future, like, you could have Julie and Ray kind of be the main focus in this film. establish, a handful of new characters, have one or two of those new characters survive, and then the torch gets passed, and then now you have a new potential saga in the I Know What You Did Last Summer. You could make 2-3 films, right? Like, I don't know why they always have to, like, oh, let's just have them, the legacy character, be background. Like, why even have them in it at all, right? Like, I want, like, if you're gonna have the characters I grew up with in it, I'd like to learn about them, expand on their story a little bit. I haven't seen them in, I haven't seen Julie and Ray in 30 years. Like, I'd like to see what does it look like? How is it? What are their lives like? Tell us a story about them. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? Are you kind of in the middle? Do you want to see them kind of go the legacy route? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.